So the timing actually starts when he gets player movement. So we use a -4 timer from this screen. Alright, here we go. So first stage is the Baxter stage, or Big Apple 3 AM as we like to call it. This game goes really fast. We'll try to cover as many things as we can. One of the moves you'll see the most is that flying kick that he does across the screen, the running special. It does 16 damage, which is the second most powerful skill in the game, but it helps you line up most enemies. So vertical positioning of the foot soldiers and dragging them together will be important. You'll see in most beat 'em ups you kind of have to clear the screen, but and then you get that little go sign to continue. But in this game, every screen has a condition, so as long as you kill a certain enemy or create or meet that certain condition, you can just fly through. So you'll see him kill only a few enemies and kind of dash off the screen to try to get through as much as possible and skip some fights. And just like that, we're already at the Baxter fight. Incredible time. Baxter is one of the most annoying bosses. Most of them are scripted, but this one has some air patterns. It's one of the few times you'll see the air attack. Raph is not the strongest at the air attack, but we do have to do as many damage as possible while he's in the air. And you want to kill him at the top left because he does this explosion, and he wants to go to the top left. So that was an amazing fight. And just like that, we're already in stage 2, Alley Cat Blues. This stage is very narrow vertically, so it's a stage that requires the slam a lot. You've just seen it. So the slam does 32 points of damage, including the guy you're slamming and the one you are hitting. So you'll punch some enemies and kill a bunch at a time. We see some roadkill Rodneys, I believe they're called here. So you want to kill them all in one shot before they start running around. That can be annoying. We've just seen the screen throw. The screen throw is the fastest way to eliminate an enemy from the screen, regardless which HP they have. So when there's an enemy with a condition to continue on that is required to be done, killed for, whatever, you just throw them out of the screen. Here we have the sewer strat. Not going to use it. There's quite a bit more enemies in hard mode compared to easy or normal, for example. Alright, Metalhead. Metalhead is completely scripted. As long as you knock him in the corner, you can do the same pattern every time and he's dead, just like that. You've noticed the standing special, which is that roundhouse kick looking skill. So in Turtles games, you can do a special move that takes health away when you hit an enemy. That's the one in this game. But it also gives you iframes, so you don't take damage while you're doing it. So we're going to abuse that a lot in some fights. This is the first auto-scroller of 2, Sewer Surfing. We're not really going to talk a lot about Sewer Surfing. We're going to talk about the introduction of Dawn here, or your 2 controllers. So why do we select Dawn? In the next stage, there's going to be a warp performed with 2 players. We'll talk about it when we get there. But why we select Dawn here is because as soon as we're done the warp, you want to game over the second player because you don't need him anymore. So this autoscroller will be used to give Dawn a ton of damage and lose some lives. So whoever developed this strat was pretty smart about it. So yeah, so what you guys don't see is he actually is holding 2 controllers back to back and controlling both of them at the same time. If any of you have done two controller matches out there, you'll know that this is pretty difficult. Takes some time to master. He always likes to show off some synchronization stuff, as you've seen, some jumps and some kicks. Typical Spiriax. You see the pizza aliens if you've watched the show. Not a threat at all. And just like that, we're at the Rat King boss. So the Rat King boss, we're going to abuse those iframes I was talking about, so when you do a special attack, you can't get hit. So he'll do a combo, and when he starts throwing his spike balls, he's going to spam some attacks to avoid getting hit by the spike balls. No spike balls. Not all. Good fight. Synchronized cowabungas. How about that? Alright, the Technodrome. This is where the game really gets difficult casually, but this is where we're going to do the warp. So what you're going to see is he's going to position Don in this next screen with the Mausers over top Raph in a specific spot, and he's going to force the Mausers to bite their hand. And he has a 4-frame window to input when the Mauser bites to create the warp. So we'll see if he gets it. It's right here. First try, awesome. Now that's only one part of this trick. Right now he's mashing very hard to do a cutscene skip, and he got it. So if you see Don do the jump kick, which he did, he skips the intro of the stage, which plays a second time in the glitch. But because he got the jump kick input, he goes straight into the fight. The Shredder fight is the only fight that forces you to throw enemies on the screen. So what you want to do is basically stun them with a dash so that their grass is no longer blocking. And you'll notice he's intentionally taking damage with Don. He doesn't need him anymore. He's game over. The fight's over. That was incredible timing. If you get Don still alive in the next stage, then you have to kill him in the second stage and lose a ton of time. So that was perfect. Alright. So now Shredder sends us in the past, in the prehistoric times, or the Slash stage for those people who have nightmares as a kid at this stage. This is probably where you were done. But we'll get to see more than Slash Night. This is probably a stage that's pretty hard to optimize at first. We introduce these little birds that drop bombs, or dinos that they call them. So here we abuse a lot the special kick I was talking about, so you line up as many soldiers as you can. And the slide, which does 12 damage, is just enough to kill those guys that block, but if you hit them at the feet, they don't block, so you can also use that. It's also used to traverse the screen faster. We introduce some beefy enemies in the game, the blue axe guys right here, and also the stone soldiers, which are just in the screen coming up. You want to get rid of them as much as you can, either with the slam or with some combinations of hits, as you can see. We briefly seen a couple times the flip tackle there, where he flips on his hands and does a tackle afterwards. It is the single most powerful weapon in the game. Raph does 20 damage with it, which kills all low HP and moderate soldiers in one hit. But it also saves you a hit on many beefier enemies, so we'll definitely be seeing a lot of that. We have a couple dinos here that can flatten you, shouldn't be a problem. Alright. There's a couple soldiers to kill, but I'm going to talk about Slash, which is coming up. Also notice the Shredder Temple in the back. So Slash is the only boss in the game that can block. So if you try to hit him in the front, he will block. Now fortunately, he spawns a little bit to the left, so you can stay on the right and actually catch his back right at the top and do a full dash kick combo 3 times, followed by 2 running specials. Oh, he's going to go full... he went full dashes, extra dashes, no problem. If you lose Slash, then he starts jumping around and killing you, but that didn't happen. Pretty solid run so far.
Skull and Crossbones.
Skull and Crossbones. Fun fact, Skull and Crossbones is actually an NES game. So if you ever wonder what this stage design was about, go check out that game. That's where it's the vision is taken from. We introduced some archers. You briefly seen them there. You don't have to kill them, but if you do kill them, they're dead quicker or off the screen. We just seen a yellow soldier as well. The frisbee guys, probably one of the most annoying enemies. They try to get away of your attack reach. That's their AI, and they throw a frisbee at you, which stuns you. Pretty annoying. This stage has a lot of hazards. As you've seen, there's a boat in the back shooting some cannonballs, It does aim at where you were at time of shooting, so you can predict where the ball is going to go if you're paying attention. We didn't really talk about the bomb pizza. I will now. The bomb pizza gives you invulnerability and kills everything in 1 or 2 hits. It does about 20 damage, or 20 to 30 damage in 1 hit. Alright, these 2 frisbee guys are pretty annoying, but if you manipulate them, you can bunch them together and get rid of them. No problem. Couple last soldiers, and we're at Bebop and Rocksteady already. Bebop and Rocksteady, most people are frustrated because they try to kill both at the same time and they gang on you, but you actually only have to kill one of them. So we're going to abuse Rocksteady, land him in a corner, and do a bunch of specials, and we're done. Already. Awesome. Next stage is the Leatherhead stage, or the Burmese Shellout Mudni. Man, that's a tongue twister. Try it a couple times. The train stage is probably easier to say. This cool ass barrel kills everything. So this is a little bit, probably the fastest stage you can do in the game. There's a lot of enemies, but they're all bunched up. There's not a lot of vertical movement that you can do due to the train design. And we're going to do a lot of enemy skipping as well, screen skipping, or screen scrolling, pardon me, is what we tend to call it. You'll see one right here, he'll just go right past the stone soldiers after killing a few. Oh, got hit there. We'll say it's intentional damage. No worries. Alright, so he's through. He just knocked one out of the way there, can move on. So these chain enemies, we didn't really talk about them. They have 16 HP, like the purple guys. We don't really see much of them, but they can throw a chain link, which has some range. Alright. Leatherhead. Scripted fight, so you hit him a couple times with iframes. Once you hit him 3 times, he crosses over, so you just want to do the attacks that do the most damage, which are the standing special and the running specials. There we go. We'll talk about that, I forgot to mention it. So at the end of a stage you have a countdown of your health, kind of like Zelda 1 with the heart refills and stuff like that. So he always abuses specials to finish a stage with the least health as possible. Alright, time to take a little break. This is Neon Knight Riders, the second auto-scroller of the game. There are some enemy soldiers here, you don't have to kill them. If you're just starting and you want some extra lives, you can kill them. So if you get to 500 points, you'll be able to get some lives, and there's about 70 points worth in this stage, so definitely a good idea if you're looking to farm some lives here to just kill them. It does a little bit of a points countdown at the end, but nothing that would break a run or whatnot. See, even Spiriax is relaxing in chat. There's a bunch of pizza here. I don't know why they're question marks. I'll have to look into that lore, but didn't take any damage, so he doesn't need them. I see the only time some little chopper enemies. I think that's a purple soldier with a promotion. I mean, you're like a level 1 unit and you get a jetpack with a minigun? Like, come on. That's awesome. Alright. So, if you look carefully in the background, there's a nice city. Is that Superman? Is Superman in Ninja Turtles? Can't be. Oh, thank God, it's just Super Krang. Alright, Super Krang can be a pretty annoying boss. His hitbox is weird. Every time you hit him 6 times, he'll cross the screen. So you want to do a specific set of attacks. Take an intentional death because he has a ton of HP. And then do a bunch of those iframes, standing and running specials. So just like that, Krang This robot bird plane machine thing is dead. Awesome run so far. To be sub 15 starting Starbase, where every run has died before.
Starbase, where no turtle has gone before.
Starbase is the developer's version of throwing everything at you that you've seen so far, including a couple new enemies like this trash can. Enjoy the trash can. We got these little chair enemies. Not going to see much of them. Now this is a cool new strat. You grab the bomb and can kill the stone shoulders because they're heavy. But you grab a next guy. Oh, you didn't know. He's developing new strats on the fly that I didn't even know. But yeah, you want to bunch up all those enemies and slam them and do specials together. Here's the laundry chutes or the college dorms for foot soldiers, whatever you want to call them. So they'll just come out of these chutes every now and then. So this is a perfect example of a stage where you don't have to kill everything. As long as you meet the condition on the screen, you can move on. There's actually enemies behind him that you're not seeing that usually spawn, but he's too fast. Got a couple of rock soldiers sequences coming up. Oh, you are able to group all three there, doesn't need to. Just killed one and he can move on. Same here, some soldiers, you hit them once and they just run away. They're stone soldiers, but they're pretty scary. Cat, drop, UPDR. Alright. So we're almost done this stage. We will start talking about Krang UFO. Krang UFO is built with a ton of RNG, so he can spawn at the bottom, top, or middle. So if he's at the bottom, you can do your strongest standing attacks. If he's higher, you can't. So you gotta jump kick him. Fortunately, there's a new strat that Spiriax and other top players have started doing where you can do flip tackles in the first 2 cycles to do 60 damage, so 20 times 3. We'll see it right here. 1, 2, 3. This negates a lot of RNG. He'll do it again here. 1, 2, 3. And now he just has whatever pattern he gets now, he can get rid of them. Oh, he missed him, unfortunately. So you want to 3-cycle him. Unfortunately, he missed one of his air attacks there and had to wait for a 4th cycle. Yeah. Just to give you guys an idea, we're going into the final fight now, so timer will be when player control is lost in about 30 seconds, if not less. The world record is 17:34 by executors, so this run is pretty damn good. So Super Shredder has 3 attacks, the fire attack, the ice attack, and the turtle soup attack, or the green bean, whatever you want to call it. There's a couple ways you can fight him, but the easiest way is drag him to the corner here, so you can do running specials, which hit him a couple times. And you use the standing special to abuse iframes. That was an incredibly fast fight. And just like that, time. 18:14. That's a big GG. Just to give you a reference, I believe that is 3rd place on the leaderboard in the marathon setting. So GG to Spiriax. Awesome run. And you get the April and Master Splinter shot, and of course the Statue of Liberty, which is in pretty much every Turtles video. Alright. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. Pretty awesome run. I loved commentating for you guys. I believe up next is Super Mario All-Stars All Games by Riker Ryder, so if you like some more Mario, go ahead and stick around. Got a couple hours of that at least coming up. I was Manix86. We'll throw it over to the host. Enjoy the credits. Take it easy, guys.
Thanks so much, Manix. A fantastic run by Spiriax. Well under estimate, determined to keep us off schedule. I can't blame them when they're speedrunning. They're just trying to go as fast as they can. Sure enough, like Manix said, up next is Super Mario All-Stars. All games, 100%. We're going to be seeing this whole thing. And it's going to be played by Raikou Rider. And that should be pretty good. But since we got some time, let me tell you about something coming up fairly soon. That is a pretty cool thing. Sponsored by Vi, the esports betting affiliation. We've got a pair of tournaments for Super Mario World, No Star World, and Super Metroid A Link to the Past Combo Randomizer. Signups close pretty soon, actually. You can scroll down a little bit, or you can look at chat for this !winter command. But that's going to have some more info about what's going on. Even if you don't want to play in these tournaments, for these prize pools that are up, you can watch and you can bet, actually. Nothing to bet on quite yet until the tournaments start, but you can bet on some of these matches. More information about that, and the money that is that goes into this goes towards the prize pool. And then there's certain thresholds where extra money will be kicked in and stuff, so definitely check it out. It's really cool to see prize pools for speedrun tournaments, and I'm really glad that that we're able to do that for you guys. So those are coming up, qualifiers beginning as early as 3 days from now for the combo randomizer, and about a week after that for Super Mario World. And that is a really cool thing. We've also got some merch. I don't know how much we've talked about merch, if at all, but we snuck some shirts into a link if you scroll down below the Twitch page. If you want to check out, I think we've got a pedestal shirt and our logo and stuff. Give us some ideas for things you want to see on shirts, and we'll definitely take that into consideration. Again, you're watching SNES Superstars. This is a marathon of Super Nintendo speedruns. We've been doing this for our third time now. We've been live 24/7, more or less. They kick us off every 48 hours on Twitch, but we come back right away. And when did we start? We started on early Saturday, I think. Yeah, at noon on Friday, my mistake. And we'll be finishing up this Sunday night. So we still got half a week left of Super Nintendo speedruns. One of the longest speedrun marathons that is out there. I think we were the longest before the really, really long-a-thon kind of made it their whole thing. And it's always been a lot of fun. You get to see a lot of different games. You get to see a lot of the more popular games get multiple entries with different categories to show off different stuff you won't see in any other marathons. We saw the Super Mario World 2 ROM hack earlier. So yeah, I really like this marathon. I hope you guys are liking it too. And I think I've done enough yammering. We've got Raikou Rider set up for this really long category, all games of Super Mario All-Stars, 100%. Yeah, it's gonna be a long one. So settle in, make sure you got your drink and your snack, and I hope you guys enjoy it.